Welcome to the Pokemon walkthrough to catch Mesprit, one of the trio legendary Pokemon. Right now, I flew to Twin Leaf Town, which is the hometown of my character and the rival. So I flew right to my house, and this is where we begin. So first, we're going to head up to the lake. So just head directly north. Just keep going. Now we're on Route 201, so we just keep heading west. And we're going towards Lake Verity. As you can see, this is where you first get your Pokemon at the beginning of the game. Okay, and since the repel wore off, we're just gonna equip some super repel so we don't run into any pesky Pokemon on the water. Okay, so we're just gonna surf across here. There's a cave in the middle, just like with all the other legendaries. You have to go to the cave and first meet the Pokemon, but it's not as simple as the first one where you just go up to it and battle it. With Mesprit, it's a lot harder, as you'll see soon. So I just went up to Mesprit and talked to it. And look, it's disappearing. And here comes Professor Rowan. And he'll talk to you for a few seconds. And he'll just talk about how he's happy that you got the Pokedex data. So now if you're trying to complete your Sinnoh-Dex so that you can get the National Dex, you have the entry for Mesprit in it. But I'm going to show you how to catch Mesprit. Now see, this is very important. You have to pay attention. He says that you have to use the marking map. Now, if you don't have the marking map, if you haven't been visiting the Poke-Etch headquarters to get your application updated every so often, then you probably don't have the marking map, so I'm going to show you what you do exactly. And look, he says I don't have the marking map, so I have to go to the Poke-Etch company. But if you don't remember where that is, I'll show you where it is. Okay, so Professor Rowan's leaving right now. We're going to head back outside the cave and we're going to fly to get the upgrade for the Poke-Etch. And as you know, the Poke-Etch appears on the bottom screen pretty much the whole time except during battles. So we're going to head to Jubilife City, which is pretty much the biggest city. It's like the main city in the Sinnoh region. You can pretty much get a lot of stuff here, but we're going to head to where the company that makes the Poke-Etch is located. So, yep, here we are, the Poke-Etch company. And we're going to go and talk to the person and get him to upgrade it for us. Okay, here we are. Just talked to this fellow up here in the top right on the main floor. Yep, the president of Poke-Etch Company. And he's developed a new application. He gave us the memo pad, but we don't need that. Now, I was a bit confused at first because he gave me the memo pad, and I'm like, but I need another application. But the trick is you just have to keep talking to him, and he'll keep giving you more applications if you haven't been visiting him every so often. You're supposed to keep visiting him after you've done stuff like beat gyms, but if you haven't been doing that, then you can just visit him after you've done a bunch of stuff, and he'll give you tons of applications at once. Okay, great. So he gave us the marking map, and the marking map is basically used to keep track of the locations of like legendary Pokemon, like Mesprit. So this is what we need. This is what Rowan was talking about. Okay, so now that we have it, here's where the tricky part comes in. Now let me show you. As I was mentioning, if you're trying to complete the Sinnoh-Dex, I'll show you the entry for Mesprit that we just got. It'll just be a few seconds. Yeah, my Sinnoh-Dex is almost complete now with Mesprit's entry. Yep, here we go. This is what we want, the entry for Mesprit. It's just kind of like seeing, I have Diamond, so it's kind of like just seeing a picture of Palkia and getting its entry in my Dex. That's what I pretty much did with Mesprit. So see, I have it in my I have it in my Sinnoh dex, and this can help me get my national dex. I mean, I'll have to go catch Mesprit, but I'm just going to show you how to do it. Okay, so now we're going to fly, and I'll show you a trick how to catch it. How to catch Mesprit. Okay, so we're going to go to Sand Gem Town, which is where Professor Rowan is located. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to be able to show you exactly what I'm doing because it's on the Poke Etch, and that appears on the bottom screen. But I'm going to use the new application. Now, on your bottom screen, just change the application until you find the new application that you got, the marking map, which keeps track of where all the Pokemon legendaries are, like Mesprit. Just keep changing it until you find it. It's actually after the analog clock. So as soon as you switch that application, you should see on the map every so often where the icon for Mesprit is. And basically how Mesprit works is that when you go in between towns and the music switches, Mesprit will change location of where it's located on the map, and it will be in an area besides the town that has wild Pokemon, and it could be anywhere in that area. So but if you leave that area, it will switch locations, but you'll be able to track it on the map. So the trick is to be in the same area as Mesprit and to keep searching for it in that area. But why I'm going south of Sand Gem is because there's only one area. There's a water area, and it's going to be really easy to catch Mesprit compared to like if I went to an area with tons of like patches of grass and all that. So just walk between town and keep doing so until Mesprit appears in the area where you're located. It's probably going to take a few minutes, or it might be right away if you're lucky.